Systems Engineering by Zach Oken and Alexis Mercado. The best schools for systems engineering. Systems engineering is most commonly a master's degree program and not always available as a bachelor's degree program for most universities. However, of the universities who offer this degree, the top schools are as follows. George Washington University with an average tuition of $34,000 and 42% acceptance rate. MIT with an average tuition of $18,000 and a 7% acceptance rate. The Stevens Institute of Technology with an average cost of $38,000 and a 41% acceptance rate. Johns Hopkins University with a $31,000 average cost and 11% acceptance rate. UPenn with $25,000 cost and 8% acceptance rate. University of Virginia with a $20,000 cost and 26% acceptance rate. Washington University, $27,000 and 15%. University of Florida, $8,057 with 39% acceptance rate. Stanford University with a $12,000 average cost and 4% acceptance rate. And Cornell University with a $30,000 average cost and 11% acceptance rate. So my first school is MIT. The tuition for MIT is $53,790. Including room and board, it is $73,160 a year. In order to travel from Arizona to Massachusetts, you are in for a flight costing about $319 or a 39-hour drive, and the flight is nearly 5 hours long. MIT does accept AP dual enrollment in IB courses, all of them, as long as a student takes the ASE exam in order to test out. You don't even have to have taken the class before in order to test out of the class. The admission requirements for MIT. You have to have taken math through calculus, physics, chem, bio, 2 years of a foreign language, 4 years of English, 2 years of history, and the average GPA of MIT is a 4.13 on a 4.3 scale. The acceptance rate for MIT is 7%. Scholarships and financial aid available are for low-income students only. The size and location of MIT is 4,530 students on a 168-acre campus in Massachusetts. The extracurricular activities of MIT has a wide array of clubs and honors programs, a small Greek life mostly, which is mostly independent though. The application essay requirements. In order to get an MIT, you have to write one short essay of 100 words and 4 longer essays of 200 to 250 words each. Students must respond to all essay prompts instead of one large essay. So for my next school, I did University of Pennsylvania, or UPenn, and the major at UPenn is the Systems, Science, and Engineering. The tuition for UPenn is $57,770 per year. Including room and board, this comes out to $79,635 a year. In order to travel from Arizona to Pennsylvania, you are looking for a flight that's 4.5 hours long, costing about $131. It is also a 33-hour drive. Recognition of AP dual enrollment and IB courses. Dual enrollment is not accepted. IB and AP credit is accepted based on examination. Specific exams are accepted based on your major. Admission requirements. The average GPA for a UPenn student is a 3.9 on a 4.0 scale. The average SAT is a 1500 and the average ACT is a 34. The acceptance rate for UPenn is 8.4%. Scholarships and financial aid is available based on need only. The size and location. UPenn has 10,019 students on a 299-acre campus in Pennsylvania. The extracurriculars offered at UPenn. They have a wide array of clubs and honors programs, a small Greek life, and the Greek life is mostly independent from the school. The application essay requirements are one essay of 300 to 450 words and one essay of 150 to 200 words. The one essay is a general admission essay, and the other essay depends on your major for the prompt.
So the first college that I did research on is George Washington University for a degree in systems engineering. The cost for this school, the tuition is about $55,000. The room and board is about $13,000. The books are about $1,000, and the travel from Arizona to Washington is about $300, depending on which airline you go with and how many stops there are, because more stops could be more money. and then it's about 6 to 7 hour flight. So the campus is located in Foggy Bottom in Washington. It's in an urban area. The campus is a total of 43 acres and 25,000 students attend to the school. Some of the extracurricular activities, I found a survey that students from the school took. And so, they just included some information about the school. And so some of the popular extracurriculars that they said Greek life was popular, political student organizations. They are pretty political there because it's near the White House, so they discuss it a lot. And then their athletics are pretty popular, and then community service groups. So the acceptance rates and requirements. About 41.9% of applicants get into the school, or get allowed into the school. The top 12% for admissions test scores, they'll take the top 25%. And then the average grade for a high school student that they'll accept is an A-. For the application essay, you get to pick a prompt from a list that they'll give you, and then you have to write a given amount of words depending on what kind of classes you want. Like for normal classes, you do like about lower amount of words, but if you want to be in like honors or like a higher kind of class, then you'd have to write more words. So they offer scholarships. A couple students with like a bachelor's degree, a college or professional studies, distance education, and certificate programs, they do not qualify for these scholarships. They also have financial aid, and so they need to be degree seeking, and non-degree students can't receive financial aid. Also, this university, they can't fund 100% of what you may need. They can only help you with like a portion of it. So, recognition of AP, dual enrollment, and IB courses. So it's a maximum of 24 credits can be awarded for work completed from high school through tests at AP/IB levels. So in order to get credit for these classes that you took, you'll have to send in your scores to the College Board, and then there they will decide on your credit that you get, or if you get credit at all. So next school is AAMU, which stands for Alabama A&M University. So the cost, it's a little bit less than the George Washington University. The tuition is $51,000. The room and board is about $7,000. The books are about $1,000, and the travel from Arizona to Alabama is about $500, and then the time it takes to fly is 5 to 6 hours. So the campus is located in Huntsville, Alabama. It's in an urban area. The campus is about 1,173 acres, and then 6,000 students attend. So that's a pretty big campus compared to the other one. Okay, so the acceptance rates and requirements. So the 89.9% of applicants get into the school. The top 80% for admission test scores, which makes it very easy for different students to get in because of how low their standards are. And then the average high school student grade is an B-. So extracurricular activities. Some student-led organizations like the Social Greek Council, Student Publications, Student Government Association, and others, and I listed them in the link. So some scholarships, they have 7 different levels of scholarships, and they can be accessed through the student's GPA, SAT scores, and ACT scores, or if they meet the requirements or if they need financial help. So financial aid is also available. They have to meet the requirements and apply, and they'll decide if they apply, if they meet the requirements or not. So the recognition of AP, dual enrollment, and IB courses. So to receive this credit, they'll have to take an examination, and then they have to get a required grade to pass and get that credit.
So ASU is the in-state university we chose, and ASU is actually a master's degree that you would end up getting if you wanted to do robotics in autonomous systems. So the tuition for ASU is $10,104, and the room and board is $22,752. In order to travel from Scottsdale to ASU, you're pretty much here. It's about a 15-minute drive. Recognition of AP, dual enrollment, and IB courses. Students will have to take an examination in place of the actual course to receive the credit. And ASU does accept dual enrollment credits from SCC as well as AP and IB course credits, as long as you pass the test with a 3 or higher on an AP test or IB test with a 5 or higher. The admission requirements are the top 25% in high school graduating class, or a 3.0 GPA in competency courses, or a 22 on the ACT, 24 for non-residents, and an 1120 on SAT or 1180 for non-residents. The acceptance rate is pretty high for ASU at 84.8%. So ASU does offer merit-based scholarships, unlike the other schools we mentioned, as well as need-based scholarships, which are available for all students. The size and location of ASU is that they are the largest public university in the world, and they're located right in Arizona across multiple campuses. Extracurricular activities at ASU. ASU is an extremely large variety of extracurricular activities, including over 1,000 clubs and organizations in active Greek life. In order to get into SA, there's no essay to get into ASU. However, Barrett, the Honors College, does require an essay. So now for a short video about our major.
Industrial and systems engineering is thinking about things at a systematic level. So you think about the big picture, how you can optimize and make systems more efficient by reducing variability or by doing some more analysis into how to improve the systems overall. I've always been a big picture thinker, and I've also always had great organizational skills, so having both of those skills combined can really help you solve those problems of efficiency and work to understand the data behind it in order to make those improvements with the system.
I picked industrial systems engineering because it is a lot of applied math, and it also is a mixture of math and business, so it allows you to combine engineering skills with skills of other majors to get a holistic view of a business.
It's a lot of lecture, but we also get a lot of practice in group projects. So rather than having lab experiences like a lot of students, we'll have a lot more applicable projects to the real world.
There are a lot of internship opportunities, anything from UPS to Medtronic, 3M, or Best Buy. They all have systems that need to be optimized or plans that need to be improved.
I had the opportunity to intern for CommScope in Shakopee, Minnesota as a supply chain and manufacturing intern. I've also had an internship with Teleflex Medical, where I've been working to improve one of their lines on their manufacturing floor as well.
Improving quality of life is something that I'm really passionate about. And I know using my engineering and skills in industrial and systems engineering will allow me to help optimize the quality of life of people around the globe.
So one big problem that I dream of solving is the problem within the entire workforce of working 40 hours per week. How can we optimize people's times that they're at work such that they don't have to work 40 hours a week and they can have more of a life outside of work?
So some of the careers for people with systems engineering degrees. So we made a little list of a handful of those jobs. Some of them include systems engineering, general engineer, field engineer, industrial engineer, mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, supply chain engineer, manufacturing engineer, information technology, network administrator, aerospace engineer, and maintenance engineer. So again, Systems engineering has to do with a bunch of different types of engineering, so there are a ton more. We just didn't list them all. Okay, thank you for listening to our presentation, and these are our sources that we used for this.